welcome to My Point of View. I am your fat and opinionated host, and I think we can all agree on at least one thing. That the internet is a wild and crazy place. I have a love-hate relationship with the internet. I love that the internet is this place with this overwhelming amount of knowledge and information. But I also hate the internet because it exposes you to people who you kind of just wish you did not share the same planet with. And you know, as I've been researching this Bryan Kohberger Idaho 4 case, as I've been digging into this news story, I've come across quite a few big fans of Bryan Kohberger. We made one video about some woman who says that Bryan Kohberger is like her soulmate or something. And literally all day on Facebook, she obsesses over Kohberger with these weird, lengthy Facebook posts. And I promised some of you all that I would go through more of her posts and read them, and maybe I will in a future video, but I gotta say, the lady was so crazy I almost did not even want to make the first video. So diving back into that, I just need to get mentally prepared. But I don't think anything could really mentally prepare me for what I stumbled across last night. This is really weird. There's this group of people on Reddit who have created this space on the internet that we all kind of love and hate. And instead of, doing anything else that you could possibly do in life, they've decided to all come together and form a group where they share their freaky, nasty little fantasies about what they want to do with Bryan Kohberger. I kid you not. This guy who everyone said, he had a problem talking to women. This guy who people are saying is an incel and was probably a virgin with built-up frustration that hated women. This guy that couldn't land a date now has whole online forums dedicated to him, where people talk about kinky little fetish fantasies that they would love to play out with Bryan Kohberger. I want to read you all just a couple of the posts here, because this seriously disturbs me. Just imagine making love to him and seeing that intense stare he has looking back at you. So hot. He definitely gives off dominant vibes, and he's probably into knife play or choking. I'd let him run a cold blade down my chest while he's on me. Then another person said, I bet he's into knife play. Giggle, tee hee hee hee. And then Ghost Girl 95 says, I would assume dominant and kinky. Would like to figure out which kinks. I think it would be incredibly hot. I'm very open-minded. Replying to what one person says when they said, I feel like he would fall for a girl fast. And if that had happened, his life would have been so much different. I hope he is innocent and is exonerated and finds the true love that he has been so far denied. So these women are what I'm assuming are women. Maybe they're not women. They're lusting over Bryan Kohberger. Most of these people would have never given Bryan Kohberger the time of day. If they walked past him at the mall, if he gave them a wave and a little hello at Starbucks, they would probably straight up ignore him. But now that he's accused of taking the life of 4 young students, now all of a sudden, these women are gravitating towards him. And I'm telling you all right now, and surprisingly, a lot of my content seems to circle back around to this, and that is that we are dealing with a severe mental health crisis in this country. And most of these people who are dealing with these mental health issues have these type of profile pics on social media. I'm not saying everyone with the cartoon profile pic or everyone with an anime profile pic are creep weirdos who are confused about their, personal identities and who like to have or fantasize about freaking serial killers or want to groom kids. But if you are one of those people, it's almost a 100% chance that you're going to have one of these type of pictures. So we're dealing with this crisis in this country, and it all kind of ties into each other. And it's weird because as we push out the nuclear family, as we become harsher on men who are simply trying to talk to women, like, have you seen all of this stuff that's been going on in gyms lately? Like how women are being really rude to the men there because they say they're staring at them. You know how, like, in today's society, if you work together and a man says, hey, you look good today, that's considered sexual harassment and you should lose your job? In a world where we're not allowing men and women to connect in the ways they used to connect, we're normalizing stuff like this. So, you're a normal guy that just says something like that compliments a woman. Oh, you're a creep. You're a bad person. But hey, yeah, you want to identify as a 6-year-old? You want to be a grown man and dress as a girl and fetishize over having sex with someone that just got arrested for killing 4 students? Sure, that's cool. That's normal. That's what's happening in today's world. Mental health issues, craziness is being normalized while traditional values are being demonized. Let me say that again. Traditional values, the traditional way of life, the traditional way of thinking, and I'm not the most traditional person in the world, but those regular values that regular people have, those are being demonized. While all of this egregious, far out there, weird stuff is being normalized. Make no mistake about it. All of this weird stuff that you see in Hollywood, that they're injecting in all of your kids' programming, it's making your kids grow up to be weirdos like this. Make no mistake about it. It all goes hand in hand with each other. But you can't really talk about that. In fact, me talking about this right now is going to cause some people who are watching this video to get really offended and really upset. But I'm okay, and I'm comfortable with that because I know for a fact that I'm on the right side in this one. But they aren't just sharing their fantasies. They're all coming together and they're making donations. They're raising money and putting it on Bryan Kohberger's books. Just really let that sink in. You know how many inmates are out there who have done things that aren't even really that bad, and their own friends and family won't show up to visit them. Their own friends and family can't be bothered to put a single dollar on their books. Meanwhile, this dude who's accused of killing 4 people has whole fan groups online dedicated to him that are doing crowdfunding to donate, to give him money. I work hard every day. I pump out as many videos as I can. You know how hard it is for me to get a super thanks on this channel? Incredibly hard. It's very rare that I get a super thanks. Meanwhile, Bryan Kohberger, someone who killed 4 people, has online groups dedicated to raising money to make sure that he's well fed in jail, who are sending him letters about how they want to make love to him and do knife play. It's a crazy world that we live in. And good behavior, people who do good things for other people, they're being torn down while evil people are being propped up. That's just the way our society is going right now. So, I used to look at situations like this as these weird one-offs. Oh, there's always those crazy people out there. But in today's world, this isn't as rare as it used to be. You don't have to look hard to find these people. And to think that there's not just one person online that feels this way, but there's enough of them to form a whole group, a whole coalition of Kohberger stands. And this mentality, this way of thinking, it's spreading like a wildfire throughout our society every day. And no one wants to talk about those things because people rather sit on here and share fake videos of stuff that isn't even Bryan Kohberger. People rather talk about Papa Roger, maybe that the Facebook profile was really Bryan Kohberger. No. They rather talk about nonsensical things and things that actually matter. When it comes to me in these true crime cases, I like to learn from these cases. And I like to use these cases as opportunities to open up bigger discussions, kind of like the one that we kind of had in this video just now. But let me know your thoughts about this. Are you freaked out about this? Are you not surprised? Are you becoming accustomed to all of the craziness surrounding you? Or is this stuff still a shock to you? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell. And I'll talk to you all in the next video. And always remember, remain opinionated.